You said Dunkey E3 time? Oh, yeah. Dunkey E3 time.
Video game industry? No. Nuh-uh. Nope. Video games, you just pissed me off.
Ooh! Zenless Zone Zero. Is this game gonna be running like Scarlet Nexus? Because I love how smooth Scarlet Nexus is. That's why I want to get back into the game and play it so bad.
This year's E3 was a goddamn joke, and everyone involved, fuck you. This was the most sellout, embarrassing bullshit I have ever witnessed.
Let's check out.
Let's not. The Rock is worth $320 million. Why is he on here advertising an energy drink before they run a commercial for his movie during a video game expo?
Check this out. An iPhone. Whoa.
Why are Twitch streamers on here pretending like they care about video games?
There were like games in GameCube that were like this.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of, what does it remind me of? It reminds me of those like old school GameCube games.
You don't play no games. Go talk about Johnny Depp's trial or some shit. The only Twitch streamer that plays games is Pete Dora. He wasn't even on there.
I've been playing.
I just realized he said that because it was Asmongold there. He said, you don't play video games. Go talk about the Johnny Depp trial. Oh, shit.
Pretty much every day for the past few years. I love Jump King. I love other platformers. Jump King is really good. And I always...
For Last of Us multiplayer, they showed one concept image. This was one of the highlights of the show.
Nah, this shit was trash, bro. I'm gonna be sorry. Sorry, not sorry, man. That Last of Us shit was not it. Like, you literally just we already have a remaster to the game, bro.
Resident Evil 4 doesn't really need a remake. They're remaking Last of Us 1. Definitely doesn't need a remake.
I'm Yasuhiro Anpo, director of Resident Evil 4.
And I'm Yoshiaki Hirabayashi, producer of Resident Evil 4. This title is a reimagining of Resident Evil 4, based on the original 2005 release of Resident Evil 4.
How many times did they just say... There's no way that it was actually edited like that. They said Resident Evil 4 times in the same minute.
Let's take a closer look at Resident Evil 4.
The over-the-shoulder camera returns, of course. Look forward to future announcements.
That's it? The other big remake is Knights of the Old Republic. Now, this game is old. Older than you remember. People who played this back on the original Xbox still consider it to be one of the best Star Wars games, and it's mostly because it has HK-47, who is a funnier character than they've ever had before in Star Wars. There's also Star Wars Eclipse from the guys who made Heavy Rain.
Your vast experience hasn't prevented 8 victims from being murdered. Fucking asshole!
This studio is great at making unintentional comedies.
What the fuck?
I do not understand how they got the Star Wars license. It's kind of like if they let Tetsuya Nomura make a Disney game. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm actually gonna play this. In the 90s, Square was famous for its dedication to storytelling in video games. Today, Square Enix is famous for its dedication to the worst storytelling in video games. Chaos Man was so dumb it was funny. Octopath was soulless. Final Fantasy 15, you had to watch a movie to get the story. Dragon Quest.
What?
Well, I like Dragon Quest. Final Fantasy 7 Remake took a story that actually worked and butchered it. Square Enix is so creative, they named their studio Creative Business Unit 3. And yet, even by the abysmally low standards of Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts 3 stands alone as one of the most incompetently written video games ever created. And this is why I have to play Kingdom Hearts 4, for the funniness of it all. Which one is the one with Sephiroth?
Hi everyone. In 2019, Modern Warfare changed everything.
Name one thing Modern Warfare changed.
You know, and Gaz, first.
We're on Steam, as you know. I mean,
Call of Duty games are still good for 2 weeks of trashy multiplayer fun, but the campaigns are so fucking pathetic, so outdated. I don't know why they showed this. It looks like shit.
I am so excited to play this.
Capcom changed the logo for
I don't think the campaign looked like shit. I mean, like, my thing.
Great misfortune.
What the hell was this? My thing about the campaign for Call of Duty is like, how can you make it better? Like, I would like to hear that from someone. Like, how can you make it look better? Like, the graphics I thought looked great. The sounds of the guns sounded great. You says you don't. You said they wasted so much time showing the campaign. Show the graphics. I mean, yo, Ryu got nice teeth.
Following up Street Fighter V, which launched without an arcade mode. The netcode is still shitty, the AI is too easy on normal mode, the bosses are too hard on hard mode, there's a lot of visual bugs, long load times, they put ads before the matches, and they played it very safe with the gameplay. Street Fighter 6 looks like a pretty dramatic shift for the franchise, but as much as I love Street Fighter, that last game was such a slap in the face to the fans that it's hard to get excited. Capcom really has to redeem themselves on this one.
What is a Stormgate, though?
How the fuck would I know?
So we actually copied Ori and the...
Call of Duty multiplayer will always top single player.
So then, my thing is that if they do that, then... You know what's crazy is I feel like no matter what, you can't please everyone, because then if they focused heavily on multiplayer, right? People would have bitched and complained and then say, oh, what about the fucking story, you know? People would have just complained about like, do we get any story? Where's the story and all this type of shit? If they, with the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, I hope that they put in the same maps that was in the OG Modern Warfare 2. Same guns. I hope the skill-based matchmaking isn't as broken as how the last Call of Duty was, because I remember that was like the main issue with everyone playing that Call of Duty, and it turned a lot of people off from that game. Because remember, like I think some of us in the chat, we played the beta, and I actually had fun with the beta, but then when we started winning a lot, we started getting matched with all these try-hard fucking teams, and it was just like, then it got unfun.
The Blind Forest, because that game sold really well.
That's good, because you just do something that somebody else does.
Yeah.
They did a really good job with their creativity and taking a jump off the, creative ledge.
Jump into the next game. It's from Neo Interactive, and it's called Samurai Zero.
You mean Katana Zero.
Select your samurai.
Oh, it actually is called that. What the fuck? They showed a billion indie games. There was a show called The Wholesome Direct, and the highlight of that show is when Leah called it the Loathsome Direct. Last year there was 9 soup-type games. This year there are 200 frog-type games. Frog Sword, Frog Song, Ball Frog, Time on Frog Island, Here Comes Froggy, Frog RPG, Star Frog, Fancy Frog, Skate Frog, Frog Gun.
In Frog Gun, your grappling gun is a frog.
Devolver's presentation.
That game looks cute as fuck.
Skate Frog, Frog Gun.
In
Frog Gun. What game is this?
Gun, your grappling gun is a frog.
Devolver's
Yo, no. We're gonna have to look up footage of that game. Frog Gun. That shit looks cute as hell.
Presentation again tried its hardest to take attention away from their game.
This game right here is gas.
Devolver's presentation again tried its hardest to take attention away from
this game right here is gonna be gas.
Their games and place it on themselves. Double Fine's event actually highlighted some of the more promising indie titles. The 2 that caught my eye were Shim, where you jump from shadow to shadow, and Animal Whale. Every game at E3 is trying to be cute and loud. These games look like they actually might be fun. Everyone thought Rockstar would show their next game. They didn't, but Rocksteady did. It's been 7 years since Arkham Knight, and these guys are finally back with Left 4 Dead Shark, where you have to kill Superman. The thing with co-op is that the game is no longer a $60 buy-in, it's a $240 buy-in. Last year, It Takes Two had this great setup where only one person had to actually own the game, and the game was incredible. If Xbox is smart, they'll put this thing on Game Pass. That is a perfect match.
Anything else you want to add?
Yeah.
Okay, Alan
Nah,
Wake
that
2.
didn't happen, bro.
No way this is
That
real.
didn't
There are only 2
happen.
human beings that have ever played the game Alan
That
Wake.
did not
Me
happen.
And my friend Woa. If anybody else says they played Alan Wake, they are lying to you. Making Alan Wake 2 is like if for some reason they decided to make a Knack 2. The big Sony news is that they are slowly bringing all of their major titles to the PC. Uncharted,
Yo.
God of War, Death Stranding, Horizon, and now Spider-Man and The Last of Us.
Yo, I
I'm
can't
very
lie.
happy
Death
for
Stranding
PC
is a
owners
game I want to try out, but a lot of people
incredible
keep saying
games.
that, yo,
And also Days Gone.
that the game is
Persona
doo-doo.
series is coming to Xbox, but not Nintendo. But don't worry, Nintendo fans. You guys get Xenoblade 3. You poor bastards.
Monkey to Luffy.
He's called Banjo-Kazooie, you idiot. God of War looks amazing. It's still slated to come out this year. Probably
It's not
won't, but
worth
when
it.
Does, there ain't no way it's gonna be able to match up against this next game. Sonic Frontier. The second I heard open world Sonic, I envisioned one of the greatest comedy masterpieces of all time. Looking at the gameplay, I am very disappointed that Sonic is not constantly clipping through the terrain. I did not think they would be able to get that part right. A couple months ago, Yuji Naka, the director of Balan Wonderworld, spoke out saying he was removed as the game's director halfway through development, and then Square Enix shoved the game out the door unfinished. So far, I'm not seeing any farmers or dancing sequences in Sonic, which is a shame, but the developers have clarified that this is not actually an open world game. No. Sonic Frontiers is an open zone game. It's very Strand-like in that sense.
Now, I'm excited to announce a special
It's not an open
partnership
world, it's
between
open zone?
Xbox Game Studios and one of the greatest creative minds and innovators in our
Sounds like they're
industry.
backpedaling.
Xbox 게임.
Thank you, Kojima-san. We're thrilled to have Kojima Productions.
Meanwhile, at Jeff Keighley's house, they held the Dead Space event, where every game
This game
shown
looks
was
like
the
it's
game
gas.
Dead Space. Here's a new Dead Space. That's the Callisto Protocol, my bad. Now, this is the actual Dead Space, right? Yeah, see? But then this came on, and I was like, is this really another Dead Space?
That's something brand new.
We want this to feel like Dead
Bro,
Space.
I was saying this shit. There was like 1 million space games. Out of the fucking blue, there was 1 million space games.
And my favorite, the most anticipated open world RPG of the last 20 years.
Zelda. Oh, Starfield was the big reveal of this year's E3. Turns out it's actually No Man's Sky, but with shooting. But the shooting is really sluggish and wonky looking. But there's 1,000 planets. The concept behind this game is exciting. It's something that really taps into your imagination. Flying out into space and exploring the universe, learning about different societies and ecosystems. However, Bethesda was already struggling to keep up with modern standards 7 years ago when Fallout 4 came out, and now with games like Elden Ring, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Red Dead 2, Sonic Frontiers, these huge games pushing the limits of scope and polish, I don't see how Bethesda
Wasn't that
could
Sonic
possibly
07
make this
footage?
new, much higher standard with Microsoft spending the entire budget on Blizzard. I would love to be wrong, but the last super ambitious open world Western RPG was Cyberpunk 2077. Back to you, Jeff Keighley.
Next, it's time for a new look at Honkai Star Rail, an upcoming open world space RPG. Yeah, a lot of space today from.
Yeah! Yo, bro, I was saying that shit the whole time. I was like, yo, I feel like they all were in a Discord together and they're like, hey, what theme should we do for 2022? And they were all like, yo, let's all make space games. Because it was like so weird. Everybody was making a space game.